The next video was sent by Rio, and he tells me that it was recorded during a protest several years ago. The man that was filming was basically just documenting this evening and panning his camera around in the audience, you know, for documentary purposes. However, after rewatching the tape with his family the following night, they noticed that there were a couple of frames that revealed something grim looking. Rio tells me that he believes it to be a demon or malevolent entity that was around that night and got captured by coincidence. But could that be so? Look at the huge mouth of that thing. Whatever it is, a terrifying event. This is a pretty interesting recording from a group of friends, and story goes that one of them is living in a condominium, and it is said that a ghost of a little girl dwells through the basement once in a while. And this is basically a video recording of them checking out the basement and just, you know, fooling around down there to see if they can capture anything. This wasn't VHS tape. Oh. Right here. Have you seen it? Look at that. It appears, this is what they believe, that a little girl is walking right next to the man that seems to be carrying something. The basement. Something else, maybe. Pretty intriguing in my book. The next video was sent by Thomas, and it was recorded during a regular weeknight by CCTV camera in Indonesia. It is believed that on this particular side street, weird occurrences have been recorded in the past, and people believe that the camera might have captured some of that. It appears that an apparition is coming out of the tree, just hanging there for a couple of minutes, then disappearing before reappearing again. The uploader stated that this event had never been documented before, and that it was a really terrifying experience when watching the tapes. Of course, this could also just be a hoax, orchestrated by the person living in the house just behind this tree. But it is a pretty eerie sighting nevertheless, isn't it? Tonight we will follow a new German explorer who was going on a little adventure one day. Apparently he was scouting out an abandoned hotel during daylight. Was he looking for anything mysterious? Probably not, but that doesn't mean that he didn't capture anything inexplicable that day. Timo seems to be a person who enjoys old rundown places with some history attached to them. In the hopes of finding interesting items of the past, he continuously goes on trips through different parts of Germany. As mentioned before, today he was checking out the ruins of an old hotel in the midst of nowhere. One of the things he came across today was an old cable car system, obviously out of service.
Ist das Laufrad, das ist praktisch die Umlenkrolle für das Stahlseil. Wie man sieht, da auf der Seite ist auch noch ein Stahlseil. Das sind also beide, das heißt, die Bahn hängt an dem Ende.
But the moment he enters in one of the closed buildings, he captures a surprise.
Man schon mit Holzwänden nachgeholfen. Ich würde sagen, aber sonst ist hier auch nichts. Die Fische gezüchtet. Hier ist ein Wasser.
Was it the spirit of a person that was looking at him from the corner? Maybe, or maybe just a light anomaly. Let's keep an eye open for anything else that he can capture in the next couple of months. This video was sent by Joaquin, and it features a man who was talking to a young boy in order to conduct an interview for a little film project of his. It was during midday, and they were just about to start off the conversation, and it was really bright outside. The following incident only was noticed afterwards, not at the time. However, it was a really creepy sighting once the man noticed that something strange happened right behind the young boy. Did you see that? Take another look. Some speculate that it appears to be the spirit of an elderly person that is just saying hello and grinning into the camera, but the face really looks weird, almost like a mask. And the lower part of the face lets one suggest that the person might be missing its teeth as well. The large dark eyes also make one wonder. Was it maybe something otherworldly? Of course, the extreme brightness outside might be playing tricks on your eyes. In the end, what do you believe? Just a person walking by, or something eerie that just wanted to make its presence known? Hard to say. Another CCTV camera has captured a really ominous object floating down from a tree. It alarmed the dog of one of the residents, which was walking around in what appears to be a backyard area. The movement of the apparition is really odd. You can see the thing sitting up in the tree right here, and here's the dog. This is where the dog notices that something is just not right, and he follows the floating down thing. When the dog's owner finally arrives, the object starts to float up in the air and disappears out of sight. A second camera could capture this incident from another angle, which gives us a better look at whatever that floating thing is. The dog was clearly pretty excited about it. What do you think? Is it just a garbage bag? Maybe a drone? But to me it looks like it has eyes. It's really hard to tell. Our next capture was sent by Rhonda, who was on a nightly trip with her team, Shadow Patrol Paranormal Investigations. One of her team members seems to have recorded something really interesting on camera that night. Rhonda and her team are doing these investigations for over 20 years, and I'm sure that they have come across many intriguing things. But this night, an interesting mist could be captured on the left side of the screen. It appears that a wispy shape is flying straight through the screen. What was it? I have no idea. But I see that it definitely has paranormal potential.